Okay, good evening, everybody, and welcome to this evening's live stream from Ellie's Gift. So I've got quite a session prepared this evening. So I'll just give you a brief rundown of the structure. So we're going to start with just some soothing self-touch, maybe some gentle massage, just sort of the head, the face, the shoulders, just for a few minutes or so. And then we're going to move into a visualization using natural imagery to help sort of calm and soothe us. So as you can see from the backdrop behind me, we're going to be using mountain imagery, also images of the ocean and the sky as well. So, and then I'll probably do a final thought, and then we should be done. So as usual, just setting yourself up and making this hour work for you. So I'll be doing my meditations lying down. So I'm going to move the screen in a moment. You're welcome to do the same. Or maybe if you're on a sofa, just moving yourself into a comfortable position on the sofa, leaning back. Or if you're sitting in a chair, just making sure that you feel supported. So it's really about making these sessions work for you. So making sure that you're warm enough, you're hydrated. So maybe have a drink close by, glass of water or a cup of tea or hot chocolate maybe. And then really just, doing as much or as little as feels right for you. So if at any stage, either of the meditations aren't working for you, then by all means, turn the guidance down, take a break, and then recommence if you want to. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to set myself up now. I might have a little sip of water myself. And by all means, do so yourself. Okay. Okay, so finding a position that works for you where your body feels supported. If you've got glasses on, you might want to take them off because, as I say, we will be sort of massaging our head and our face. And honestly, as much or as little as feels right for you. So yeah, you might want to take your glasses off. Okay, so I'm going to guide this as if you're lying down. And obviously if you are sitting, then just adjust the guidance to suit yourself. Okay, so really feeling your body, making contact with the surface that it's resting on. So if you're lying, that's going to be the back of your head, your back, upper, middle and lower back, buttocks releasing down, backs of the legs if they're out flat, backs of the feet, the heels, or maybe the soles if your legs are bent at the knee. Really feeling into that weight of your body as it rests here. So we're coming down out of our heads and our minds. We spend so much time in our minds. An easy way to find relaxation is just by letting go of thinking, that whole sort of heady process up here, living in our heads, literally just coming down into our bodies and into our senses. So what does the sensation of your body making contact with that surface beneath, what does that feel like? So you're not visualizing it or imagining it, literally just feeling the weight of your body contacting the surface beneath. So I'll describe mine. My body feels heavy. I can feel like a sinking, sort of comforting, releasing and sinking into the surface beneath. I can feel my breath moving my body. Sort of this area, the chest and the back of the body as well. And feeling into that sensation, it makes me feel comforted and sort of reassured. So really feeling into your body now. What does that sensation feel like? If you had to sort of give some words to it. And often in meditation, we use the word grounding. So grounding with the earth. And I like to imagine it with us being like, say, an appliance. An appliance has an electrical charge. Say like an iron or a television. And they need to be earthed. So they have a wire that connects them to the earth. So they have an electrical charge. And for them to function properly and safely, they need to release that charge down into the earth. And I see our bodies much the same. We've got an electrical charge within us. It's our nervous system. And just by grounding ourselves, really feeling the contact and the connection with the earth beneath us, supporting us, that can make us feel like we're going to function better, I suppose, because we can release into the earth rather than that energy going up into our heads or making us feel agitated. We can just release and ground and let go and release that charge downwards. Okay, so I'm going to start with the fingertips, taking them to the head, to the top of the head. Just gently feeling the scalp, the hair. So just gently running your fingers, maybe in circular, sort of little tiny circles maybe. Just really feeling into those fingertips. What does that sensation feel like? What does the texture of your hair feel like on your fingertips? Perhaps it feels soft or silky. Just moving your hands around, whatever way works for you, whatever you feel you need. You might actually want quite a sort of a bit of a firm head massage. So what does that feel like in your scalp? Feeling your fingers gently massaging your head. Can you hear anything with your sense of hearing? Okay. What's happening with your breath, I'm wondering? I think it's very easy when we do an activity, even if it's a relaxing, calming, soothing activity, we can still hold our breath. So maybe just remembering it's okay to breathe. Okay, so let's take the hands down now to the sides of the face, the temples here at the side. Okay, so just maybe gently massaging here, the temples, the side of the face. Those tiny muscles at the sides of the eyes. What does the skin feel like here on the side of your face? Does it feel soft? Maybe you've put some face cream on and you could feel some cream on your skin. What's the temperature like? Maybe cupping your face. What's the temperature like in your cheeks? Is it cool? Warm? How does it feel on your face, having your face held like this? Does it feel nice? Does it feel comforting? Maybe you want to give yourself just a little bit of a massage just at the side of your face. Might work for you, it might not. Just whatever works. This is your hour. Okay, so maybe bringing the fingers round now to the nose, giving yourself a little nose massage. These little tiny muscles, the nose, feeling down the bridge of the nose. And across into the cheeks. Then down to the jaw and the mouth. What sensations can you feel down here in your jaw and your mouth? Maybe cupping your jaw like you did with your face. If you did that, just cupping your jaw and seeing what that feels like. I think we can hold so much tension in our jaw, sort of gritting our teeth. Maybe just gently massaging along the jawline, stretching the mouth even. A bit of face yoga. Our mouths do so much for us, don't they? Eating, chewing, talking, communicating, breathing. We even have the option to breathe through our mouths as well as our noses. Okay, so let's take our hands now round to the back of our head. So to these tiny muscles at the back of our head, at the nape of our neck, where our hair meets our neck. So these are called the suboccipital muscles. They're very tiny little muscles. They allow our head to rotate from side to side, keep us safe, checking out any signs of danger. So just gently massaging into these tiny muscles If that feels right for you, you might just want to hold your hands there. Just gently press into those muscles. Our head is a very, very, it's a very weighty part of our body. So, if you are lying down, you can release it down now. You can release those muscles and release your head down into that cushion and allow it to be supported. If you're sitting, maybe just finding a sort of balance of your head where it can just be gently poised at the top of the neck, at the top of the spine. Sort of lightness, poised lightness maybe. If that works for you. Okay, so bringing the hands down to the shoulders now. Resting the hands on the shoulders. These big, big, large muscles of the shoulders connect in the top of the spine, right to the ends of our shoulders, right into the shoulder joints, then down into our back, taking the weight of our arms. How do you find your shoulders this evening? Maybe giving them a little gentle massage with the fingers and thumbs, if that works for you. Just gently squeezing, releasing. I think it's so common for us to hold tension here in our shoulders. And of course, that can affect our breath. Our breath can become quite shallow. And it can always create like a sort of cycle, where our breath becomes shallower and our shoulders become tenser. So let's just focus on our breath for a few moments and just allow our shoulders, if they are tense or have any knots in them, just allow them to release, let go if they want to. And just focus on our breath for a few moments. Where can you feel your breath in your body? Might help to bring your hands round, maybe onto your chest, and just maybe relax your hands on top of each other. That feels right for you. Just connecting in with the breath. What does the sensation feel like beneath your hands? Or your hands, of course, touching each other if they're like mine. Sensation of skin on skin. And the weight of the hands resting on the chest. Maybe you can feel your heartbeat. Maybe not. Maybe feeling some gratitude for this body of ours and these senses of ours. The sight, hearing, touch, smell, taste. Okay. So, just going to give you a couple of moments just to maybe have a sip of water and change position. And then I'm going to move into the visualization. So yeah, if you need to change position, by all means, do so now. Maybe pop to the loo. you need a drink, I'm going to have a little sip of water. Okay. Just give you a few more moments. Okay, so I'd like to start this visualization with a poem. It's by a lady called Nesta Desiri. It's called Mountains, Mystery and Height. Okay. Mountains, mystery and height. Trees, depth and shade. Rivers, flow and growth. Rocks, hardness and might. Roses, beauty and scent. Infinite world wonders. Harmony of a whole. A balm to mind and a balm to soul. The self in wonder wonders, with nature's spirit merges. The heart enraptured, secrets unveiled. The wild tamed, healing attained. Words bewildered. How to render such a marvel, aspire to have such beauty into my heart carved. So feeling your body resting here, supported and relaxed. Sensing into your body, feeling your feet. So feeling your feet, your legs. Move your attention up into your hips, your lower and upper body. Arms releasing back from the midline of the body. Shoulders, neck, head. When you're ready, if it's right for you, allowing your eyes to gently close and bringing your awareness to the breath. So the actual physical sensations, feeling each breath as it comes in and goes out. Letting the breath be just as it is, without trying to change or regulate it in any way. Allowing the breath to flow easily and naturally, with its own rhythm and pace. Knowing that you're breathing perfectly well right now, there's absolutely nothing for you to do. Allowing the body to be calm, the sense of dignity and a sense of resolve, a sense of being complete and whole in this very moment, peaceful, relaxed. So as you lie or sit here, slowly letting an image form in your mind's eye of the most magnificent mountain you know or have you seen, or that you can imagine. Letting this image of this mountain gradually come into greater focus. And even if it doesn't come as a visual image, allowing the sense of this mountain, feeling its oval shape, its lofty peak or peaks high in the sky, its large base rooted in the bedrock of the earth's crust, its steep or gently sloping sides,
noticing how massive this mountain is, how solid, how unmoving, and how beautiful. If you're struggling to visualize this mountain, then maybe just that sense of mountain air, the freshness of the mountain air, sort of touching your body. Idea of breeze on your skin, that special sort of air that you get at high altitude. It's clean, pure. The temperature would feel cool, refreshing. So perhaps your mountain has snow blanketing its top, and it has trees reaching down to its base. Or perhaps it has rugged granite sides. There may be streams and waterfalls cascading down the slopes. There may be one peak, or there may be a series of peaks with meadows and high lakes. What does your mountain look like? Maybe it's like a French alpine mountain or a Himalayan one, rising up majestically, surrounded by the peaks of other mountains, rippling upwards towards the sky. Or perhaps it's a solitary mountain rising up out of the plains, like Mount Kilimanjaro or Mount Fiji. What's the mountain that's calling to you this evening? What's it look like in your imagination? So observing the mountain and noticing its qualities. And when you feel ready, seeing if you can bring the mountain into your own body as you rest here this evening, so that your body and the mountain in your mind's eye, they sort of merge and become one, so that you share in the massiveness and the stillness and the majesty of the mountain. You become it. If you're lying down, it might help to imagine your body as a mountain range, perhaps stretching out along the horizon. The top of your body creating the ridges, the peaks and the valleys, open to the sky above, affording a full panoramic 360 degrees. All around the surrounding countryside. And then the back of your body is the lofty, broad base of this mountain range, solid, sturdy, rooted, connecting in with the mighty earth beneath. So with each breath, becoming a little more a breathing mountain, alive, vital, yet unwavering in your inner stillness, completely what you are, beyond words and thought, a centered, grounding, unmoving presence. So as you rest here as the mountain, you become aware of the sun as it travels across the sky. The light and the shadows and the colours are changing virtually moment by moment in the mountain's stillness. And the surface teems with life and activity. Streams, melting snow, waterfalls, plants and wildlife. As the mountain rests, you feel how night follows day and day follows night. The bright, warming sun, followed by the cool night studded with stars, then the gradual dawning of a new day. Through it all, your mountain just rests, experiencing change at each moment, constantly changing, yet always just being itself. The mountain remains still as the seasons flow into one another, And as the weather changes moment by moment, day by day, calmly abiding all change. So, in the same way as we relax into this visualization, experiencing the mountain, we can embody the same central, unwavering stillness and groundedness in the face of everything that changes in our own lives, over seconds, over hours, and over years. In our own lives, we constantly experience the changing nature of mind and body, the outer world. Like the mountain, we too have periods of light and shade, activity and inactivity, our moments of colour and our moments of drabness. Like the mountain, it's true that we experience storms of varying intensity in the outer world and in our own minds and in our bodies. We too are buffeted by high winds, cold and rain, as well as moments of sunshine, joy and uplift. Even our appearance changes constantly, experiencing a weather of its own. By becoming the mountain in this visualization, we can link up with its strengths and its stability, and we can adopt them for our own. We can use the mountain's energies to support our own energy, to encounter each moment with mindfulness, with equanimity, and with clarity. It may help us to see that our thoughts and our feelings and our preoccupations, our emotional storms, if you like, are very much like the weather on this mountain. The weather of our own lives is not to be ignored or denied. It's to be encountered. It's to be honoured, to be felt, and to be known and seen for what it is, and then held in our loving awareness. And in holding it this way, we come to know a deeper silence, a deeper stillness, and a deeper wisdom. Mountains have this to teach us, and much more if we let them. Okay, so the next part of this visualization is called Heart Like the Ocean. So I'd just like to remind you, if at any stage none of this imagery is working for you, then by all means stop following my guidance. You can maybe go into the contact of your body, the contact points as it rests on the surface beneath. Or maybe you'd like to tune into your hands or your feet, or open your eyes, reorientate to the room. But if you're happy to continue, then by all means carry on following my guidance. Heart like the ocean. So for this next part of this visualization, I want you to imagine a vast and expansive ocean. It could be a place in your experience that you're already familiar with. Maybe the view of the sea from a beach that you know, or from a headland. Or maybe you could conjure up a fresh image in your imagination. The ocean, vast, wide and deep. It stretches out as far as you can see to the furthest horizon and beyond. So what does your ocean, what does your sea look like? I'll give you a few moments to just conjure up this image in your imagination. If you're struggling to create this image, maybe you could use your senses to conjure it up. So the salty smell of seawater maybe, or the sound of seagulls, such a familiar association with the sea. Maybe the feel of the water gently lapping at your feet, or its soothing caress as you rest and float in the water. The ocean, vast, wide, and deep, stretching out as far as you can see to the furthest horizon and beyond. Heart like the ocean. So let's bring an awareness now to our own hearts. Our own hearts and their capability and their capacity for openness and expansiveness. You might want to place your hand on your heart. That might work for you. How do you find your emotions this evening? We did that soothing self-touch. Maybe that's relaxed and sort of soothed you. Maybe not. What's here for you now in terms of your emotions, your feelings? Maybe your heart already feels open and expansive. Or maybe it feels restricted. Maybe it feels restless. Or maybe it is still and calm. Maybe your emotions are changing moment to moment. Whatever you find here, you checking in with yourself, that's absolutely fine. There's no specific way to feel. You're just allowing space to feel. So whatever your heart is feeling, there's an analogy here with the ocean. In our hearts, we too have the capacity for expansiveness and openness. Heart like the ocean can include the immediacy of what we're feeling now, but it can also include the traces of what we felt over the years before, indeed over our entire lifetime. Like the ocean, we have a capacity to hold so much. Just like the ocean expands beyond the horizon to where we cannot see, our hearts have the same capacity to grow, to feel more deeply, to expand, and to hold more love. So there's the depth of the ocean with its surface waves at the top. Then there are the tidal currents beneath. And then below that, there's the still, dark depths. You might be feeling the surface at the moment. There might be stress or worry or irritation. It might be that there are large waves threatening to overwhelm you. Knowing that your heart, like the ocean, has the capacity to hold so much more, to go so much deeper. It too has lots of layers, just like the ocean. Layers that go so much deeper. Sometimes we might feel like we're on a boat on the surface, navigating the waves. And other times we might be diving a bit deeper to more intense feelings, more intense emotions. Like the ocean, our emotions are in constant flux and flow. Emotion, movement. motion, emotion. So if we try to control our emotions or repress them, we then end up acting them out in all sorts of potentially destructive ways. Blame, anger, aggression. But actually, if we just let our emotions flow, if we let them flow unimpeded, if we let them be there like the waves in the sea or the currents beneath, waves pass and currents move along. So let's have a sense of this now. Whatever's in your heart, let it just be there unimpeded. Allow it to linger. Then gradually, slowly, in its own good time, when it's served its purpose and communicated to you what it needs you to hear, allow that emotion just to gradually flow and dissolve and pass. We don't need to fuel everything with our minds. We can just allow emotions to sit in our bodies, and when they're ready to disperse, we can let them. So as with the mountain where we could appreciate its majesty and its magnificence, its dignified beauty and its stillness. Same too with the ocean. We can appreciate its power and its depth, as well as appreciating the mysteries of the depths of our own hearts and our capacities for holding so much more, holding so much more love. Okay, so just a reminder, just checking in with yourself. You don't feel too overwhelmed, or you don't feel you're tuning out, maybe. If you are, if your mind's gone on a little journey, maybe just bringing it back to this visualization, back to your body, the weight, the shape of the body resting here, held by gravity, supported. So to the final part of this visualization, mind like the sky. Mind like the sky. So now bringing the mind into this visualization, creating an image of the sky in your imagination. So maybe it's a sky with a breeze, sort of breezy clouds rolling across it. Or maybe it's a sky where there's a sort of dense layer of cloud and it's overcast. Maybe there's different shades of grey in your sky as you conjure up this sort of image. Maybe there's a brightness behind the clouds. Maybe the sun is trying to break through, maybe. Or perhaps yours is like a brilliant blue sky with a radiant golden sun beating down. So just giving you some time now to visualize your sky, a vast, expansive, limitless space of sky. A sky that connects us all, because we're all beneath this same sky. So just like we did with the other natural elements of the mountain and then the ocean, we can draw on this sense of expansiveness of the sky to allow our own minds to be more open and to be more spacious, to move towards the mind's potential of that expansiveness, to move beyond the self-made constraints that can limit our minds. Our minds are like the sky with our capacity for awareness. Perhaps we could use the analogy of thoughts as clouds. So no matter how many clouds are covering the sky, the clarity of the sky is always there behind those clouds. Just like no matter how many thoughts may be racing through your mind, or even just lingering in your mind, your awareness is always there. You can always reconnect with your awareness, with the clarity and the spaciousness of your awareness. You can let your thoughts, just like those drifting clouds, just pass through your mind. Observing the clouds, observing the thoughts. They could be like little fluffy clouds drifting across the sky, like little thoughts, inconsequential thoughts, not a big deal thoughts. Or perhaps they could be big, dark, thunderous clouds, heavy and ponderous. So intense thoughts, thoughts that you feel completely wrapped up in. But these thoughts, even these thoughts, they too pass. Behind them is the sky, is our awareness, the sky that holds all of this. It holds the clouds as well as itself. Just like our awareness can be aware of those thoughts without being obscured by them. We can get lost. Of course, we can get lost in our minds. We can get lost in the clouds. Or perhaps one particular cloud will grab our attention and we could get lost inside of it. However, we always have the choice to come back to the clear blue sky of awareness. So viewing that sense of the vast potential of your awareness, of your mind, and the mystery and the beauty of it. But of course, we don't always reach that, but we can always have that potential within each moment. We can choose to stop identifying with the clouds and the thoughts in our mind, and we can become the sky again. We can become aware again. Okay, so now bringing these three great qualities that we've used in our imagination together. So first of all, body like a mountain, stable, grounded, deep. Heart like the ocean, vast, open, fluid, the depths of the ocean, the expansiveness of the ocean. Mind like the sky, boundless, limitless, radiant. And allowing for all of our experience to take place within these perspectives: stability, openness, vastness, and resting here for a few moments in these great qualities. Okay, so I'm going to be bringing this meditation to an end now. So beginning to feel ready to return to the here and now. Those visualizations that we've been doing. So just very slowly coming back into your body, into your space, into your room. feeling the weight of your body, those contact points, the shape of your body as it rests here. If you've had your eyes closed, or maybe opening your eyes, letting in the light. But if you want to relax, and it's okay to, and you haven't got to be anywhere or do anything, then just continuing relaxing. If you have opened your eyes, then just letting in the light, the colours, shapes, shadows. Maybe introducing some movement into the body. So maybe feeling your hands, the skin of your hands on each other, back on your face again like we did at the start. Maybe having a little stretch, if that works for you. Okay. As I bring this meditation to an end, okay. Okay, so we just got a couple more minutes before the session ends. So yeah, I just like to, I suppose, remind you that these sort of meditations and sort of soothing exercises that we do in these sessions, you can take those out into your everyday lives. So it might be that, just a bit of soothing self-touch, even if just sort of rubbing your hands together or feeling a sensation of your skin, maybe cupping your face. That might just bring you out of your head. If you're sort of in worry mode, if you're feeling anxious. Because the body, when we, with self-touch and with touch, the body, still responds as if somebody else was touching us. It doesn't know any different. So we can actually do a lot to calm ourselves down, sort of come down, down regulate from our head down into our body. And likewise, the imagery, the idea of the mountain, the steadiness of that, feeling that in the body, or the heart like the ocean, expansive, and you might feel caught up in the waves on the surface, but actually, there is a calmness there is a movement there is a flow. Emotions will pass and move on. Okay, so I'd just like to mention, as we're at the end now, just about these sessions, that everything that Ellie's Gift offers is free. The app and all the resources. So it sort of relies on the kindness and generosity of people to make donations. And there are grants and funds and things available, but I think just those small sort of, trickling donations go a long way. So yeah, if you wanted to sort of contribute anything, however small that might be, I think you would have got an email and there's a link in there, like a donate button. So you could go there or to the website. Yeah, and it would just help Lucy and co do their thing, and keep spreading the good stuff and supporting, those bereaved parents. So yeah, but anyway, I just thought I should mention that. All right, guys, we've come to an end. So those who tuned in live, I shall see you in a couple of weeks' time. It will be Angela next week.
Yeah, and if you're tuned in on the recording, then see you in the next recording. All right. Take care, everyone. Over and out.